I've been studying communication for 3 years. I've gone from an introvert to an extrovert, and I've completely changed my social life head to toe. And in this video, I'm going to share with you how to go from an introvert, from a shy, introverted person who doesn't talk to anyone, to an extrovert who has a great social life and who's respected by others because of his communication skills. That's the transformation I'm going to help you take the first step in today. Now, this video, it's not going to be geared on mastering absolutely everything when it comes to communication and social life. But what this is going to do is it's going to help you take the first step into starting to fix your social life. Because I remember back in the day when I was in high school, probably sophomore year of high school, I wouldn't talk to anyone. I would sit in class. I wouldn't raise my hand. I wouldn't do fucking shit. I wouldn't do nothing. I wouldn't talk to anyone. I would sit on my laptop and just do work. That's it. And yeah, it helped me get a lot of work done, but it didn't really help me with my mental health. It didn't help me in life in general. It didn't make life fun at all. Everything was shit because I didn't talk to people that I resonated with. I didn't talk to human beings. As humans, we have evolved to talk to one another. We have evolved to interact and build meaningful connections. And that was something that was completely missing from my life. So I was like, I need to fix this. At the time, I was on self-improvement. I was working out. I'm still working out, obviously. I'm still trying to improve my life in various different ways. But at the time, I was like, this is a huge problem. I can't even talk to anyone. I'm too scared to do it, like you are right now. I'm super scared. I'm scared of rejection. I'm scared of trying to talk to someone and have an awkward silence. And this is hindering me in life. I don't want to work. It's not enjoyable to work when I know there's not someone I could talk to right after I'm done working. It just makes life miserable. I was fucking miserable during that time. So I know exactly how you're feeling right now. And in this video, I'm going to share with you exactly how you can begin to fix it. Alright? So number one, the very first thing you got to understand when it comes to fixing your social life, when it comes to moving from introvert to extrovert, is conversations. Because conversations, that's the number one thing. That's the medium in which you're going to talk to other people. Conversations, right? You need to be good at this. This is a skill you need. If you're competitive to any degree in life, because, there's people that are not competitive. There's people who just go with the flow and get blown around in the wind. And there's people who are competitive in life and actually give a shit, who will master skills and who will learn communication. Conversations is something that you need to get good at in life as a whole. Humans, just 50 years ago, let's say 75 years ago, in the 1950s, humans were talking to one another, and they were good at it. On average, people in the 1950s compared to now in 2025, about to be 2026, now, humans cannot speak as well as they used to because they just don't get into conversations that much. So the thing about conversations, this is the number one thing you need to get good at if you want to become more social. So how exactly do you do that? Right? I'm not here to just tell you shit. I'm here to fucking educate you and help you genuinely change your life. So how do you get good at conversation? Well, first you got to understand that conversations is not this huge scary thing. It's not something that's gonna get you out of your comfort. It might get you out of comfort zone at first, but it's not something that's supposed to be super high stakes. It's supposed to be very, very casual, and conversations are easy. I know it's easy for me to say because I'm a master communicator, and I know it's very daunting for you because you're a shy guy. You don't want to talk to people. It's very scary to start talking to someone, and since you have no reps, end up in an awkward silence. I understand. But conversations is very easy. You don't need to talk like me. You don't need to be able to record videos off the top of your head in order to be good at conversations. In fact, it's the polar opposite. Dave Carnegie, I'm pretty sure that's his name. Dave Carnegie, he wrote a book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. He's extremely credible when it comes to talking to people and building relationships, etc., etc. Dave Carnegie, his entire philosophy, and my entire philosophy by extension, when it comes to conversations, is all just listening. Being genuinely interested in other people and listening to them in conversation. That's all conversations is. If you want to be good at it, all you have to do is be good at listening and being curious about other people. Conversations is not you talking all the fucking time. Conversations is you being genuinely interested in another person and what they have going on, not in a nosy way. I'm going to touch more on that in a minute. Not in a nosy way, but being genuinely curious about them and get them talking about themselves, because the number one way you get someone to like you, not in a gay way, but the number one way you get someone to like you is by getting them to talk about themselves, giving a shit about what they say, and being genuinely curious about them. That's it, bro. That's all it is. If you want to be good at conversations, the best people in conversations are the one who listen and the one who get them talking about themselves more. That's how you get absolutely anyone to like you, and that's how you get good at conversations. Yes, there's going to be moments where you speak during the conversation where you give an opinion, but you don't have to be fucking master communicator to speak, right? Because 50% input, 50% output. That's what conversations is. Really, the best conversators, they give like 20% input, and they let all the output happen from the other person. So conversations are super fucking easy. What you need to do in your next conversation. In fact, I'm just going to break down how to have a conversation very, very briefly. And this is what you're going to use, because I've been wanting to become more charismatic. This is something that I care about. I want to become more charismatic and good in conversations. So I'm like, how do I do this? I can't be like everyone else. I can't just blabber my fucking mouth. I need to be smart about this. So, okay, I'm going to use this Dave Carnegie principle. Be interested in other people. All right. But how do I start a conversation? You know, like, yeah, I can be interested in other people, but how do I start one? How do I even get into one of those? This is what I'm going to tell you. Out of all the ways I've seen in which people start conversations, there's two ways to do it. Either you ask someone a question, or you say a compliment. So let's say, I highly recommend you do the compliment though, alright? But let's say I'm walking around, whatever, I'm in school, I see someone, they're playing a game on their laptop. I'm like, hey, what game are you playing? Easy way to start a conversation with the question. However, the superior method and the way I recommend you start conversations, especially with strangers, is by complimenting them. Complimenting them is the number one way to start a conversation. You're walking around in school, someone's wearing Air Forces. Hey, I like your Air Forces. Oh, thank you. Why is this so powerful? Well, think about first impressions. Everyone say the first impression is the last impression. And that's extremely true. So when you're talking to someone, you want to make a good impression. How do you make a good impression? Make them feel good. You're walking around. Hey, I like your Air Forces. Oh, thank you so much. That's a good first impression. Boom. Instantly started the conversation on a good note. You could start it off with a compliment. Or if it's someone you already know, then just ask them a question. Like, I'll go up to my friend and be like, hey, what game are you playing? Ask them a question. Oh, I'm playing so-and-so. Oh, let me see some action. Let me start talking with them, right? Easy. That's how you start conversations. Alright? However, I missed on this. I forgot to mention this. When you start a conversation with someone, make sure you match their energy. That's the first objective of of starting conversations. Match someone's energy. Alright? So if they're low energy, you don't want to speak in super high energy. Oh, what's up, bro? Oh, what's up? You want to match their energy, okay? So if someone's high energy, like, well, yo, boo, what's up? Say, yo, Daniel, how you doing? Right? Match their energy. If someone's low energy, excuse me. Oh, yes. Yeah, what is it? Match their energy, because what this does is that it builds rapport and makes the other person feel comfortable around you at first. And like I said, the first impression is very important. So you want to build that rapport immediately. So, first objective in conversation is to match their energy. The second objective is to give a compliment, but this could also be very early or it could be later on. So, like I said earlier, you can give a compliment and start a conversation. Oh, I like your shoes. Oh, I just came over here because I saw your sweatshirt. It's Christmas time. I really like it. Da-da-da. Done. That's how you can start a conversation. Then you can start talking, being genuinely curious. Oh, where'd you get this sweatshirt? Oh, how much are these Air Forces? I'm thinking about buying them. Be genuinely curious. That's how easy conversations can be. And let them talk. Let them talk about themselves. No problem. Oh, I went to this place. I went to H&M. Da-da-da-da-da. Easy. The third and last objective when it comes to conversations, and I'm trying to remember It's very difficult to record videos off the top of your head. But the third objective when it comes to conversations is to leave the conversation with you and the other person on the same side. So let me give an example. Let's say I'm an athlete. Have you noticed in high school that all the athletes are friends with each other? Do you know why that is? The athletes are friends with other athletes because they have something in common. They're on the same team. Even if one plays lacrosse and one plays basketball, they're still athletes. They still share this common interest. And that's exactly what you need to identify in conversation. If you want to build rapport with people, if you want to be good with conversation, right? So like I said, you're genuinely curious. You're already getting them to talk. Oh, I like your sweatshirt. Where'd you get it? I got it from H&M, blah, 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 da, 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 etc., etc. And then you want to keep on listening to them and ask them questions. Yes, you want to talk a little bit. Oh, you went to H&M? Oh yeah, I went there last week. How was it? Or did you go to the one in the mall? Oh, I usually go to the one at the mall. Yeah, you want to add your own input, but generally, on the whole, get them to speak. Don't just ask questions. Speak a little bit yourself, okay? Because then it becomes very weird. Then it becomes like an interrogation. You don't want that. You talk to them. Alright, they're talking. Actively find some place where you guys could build common ground. So what do I mean? So you're talking to them, you're genuinely curious, all of a sudden, they say, let's go back to the sweatshirt example. Oh, I got the sweatshirt from H&M. Oh, which H&M did you go to? The one in Columbia Mall? Fuck, I said the real mall, but fuck it. Oh shit. I said the real mall I go to, what the fuck? Alright, whatever. No one's gonna find me. Alright, you go to the Columbia Mall. Yeah, I go to Columbia Mall too. So they go to Columbia Mall. You know that you go to Columbia Mall. So now you can build common ground. Oh, we go to the same mall. You want to position yourself like you're on the same team because this is going to build rapport. This is going to make them feel comfortable. This is going to make you on the same squad. So next time you see them, he thinks, oh, this is one of me. He's just like me. He goes to the mall. He goes shopping. He's the guy, bro. So that's the 3 objectives in conversation. So just to quickly recap this portion of the video. I just taught you how to have a good conversation better than everyone else. Please understand, the shit I just told you is advanced tips. This is shit that most people in conversations aren't thinking about. I give you general objectives, missions that you need to get done in conversation that's going to make every single one you go to great. This is going to make your conversations fucking great. And you're going to be much more charismatic, and conversation is going to be easy for you. So, just to quickly recap. Conversations are easy. Dave Carnegie said, you're more likely to make friends being interested in other people than trying to get people interested in you. So don't just sit there and talk, oh, I'm the fucking man. I have this car, that car. I wear a nice watch. Da, da, da. You're going to be interested in other people because you're going to make more friends that way. This is Dave Carnegie saying this. So conversations are easy in that regard because most of the time you should be listening and getting them to talk about themselves. That's the first thing. How do you start them? Ask a question or give them a compliment. Simple. However, if you ask with a question, keep in mind objective number 2. Well, objective number 1 is match your energy. Objective number 2 is somewhere in this duration of the conversation, give them a compliment. Oh, you have good taste in sweatshirts. I really like that sweatshirt, man. I would have never, or how are you so confident that you can pull that sweatshirt off? You're fucking awesome. Give a conversation somewhere in this. Give a compliment somewhere in this conversation. And the third and last objective is to position you and the other person on the same team. Because this is going to build rapport. This is going to build some sort of connection, some common ground. Some way you can do this is by outwardly agreeing with them. If someone says, I think dogs are the best pets you can have, agree with them. You're fucking right. I genuinely believe as well that you are absolutely right on that. But I also agree with you in the fact that dogs were the best pets in the world. Agree with them. Just outwardly agree on something. Oh, you're completely right on that. That's going to put you on the same team. It's going to build rapport. It's going to build a connection. That's how easy conversations can be. Now, I'm not going to break down completely and utterly how to have a conversation. I have more videos on that. But this is going to make conversations, any conversation you go into, super fucking simple. You went from an introvert, from someone who doesn't know how to conversate, to now someone who is masterful in it. Alright. Number 2. Confidence is competence. So right now you're listening to me, you're like, oh, I can have all these conversations. Yeah, I have I have the super framework to have great conversations. I'm gonna be the fucking man. However, you're thinking in the back of your head, oh, how am I gonna start this conversation? How am I gonna build up the courage to give someone a compliment? Confidence equals competence. The better you are at something, the more confident you're gonna be in it. You think when LeBron James walks into the fucking local... The fuck was that sound? You think when LeBron James walks into the local gym filled with high schoolers, you think he's gonna be confident, or do you think he's gonna be shy and timid? He's gonna be confident, and the reason why is because he's so fucking good at basketball that when he goes into a basketball court, anyone, he feels like the fucking man. He's at the pinnacle of the game. The same thing with conversations. The better you are with conversations and socializing, the more confident you're gonna be at them. So how do you get good at conversating? Well, you practice. But it's so fucking difficult. I'm so scared to get in a conversation. It's intimidating. What are they gonna think of me? Are they gonna reject me? Blah, blah, blah. Listen. I had the same exact problem. I didn't want to get into conversations because I was scared. I was scared of rejection. I was scared of interrupting people. I was scared that people weren't gonna connect with me. All these fucking doubts. These are complete and utter bullshit. Get that shit out of your mind completely right now. In a snap of a finger. Boom. You're cured. I know that you're too shy to start a conversation. So I was too shy to start a conversation too. And the way I combated that was by just going around places, usually in my school, and I would just say good morning to people. Good morning will not start a conversation. Okay? If you're walking by someone and you say, hey, good morning, that's not gonna start a full-on conversation with someone. No, someone's not gonna say, oh, good morning, how was your day? How are you? Oh, really, no one's gonna start a full conversation from that. But what this does, subconsciously, it gives you the confidence that you can say good morning to someone, which is progression. You're progressing into a conversation. So, I know you're shy right now, but the way you can build up the confidence to actually go and start a conversation with someone is by saying good morning to people. Just, you're walking around town, hey, good morning. You walk in the class, good morning. You know, whatever it is. Just say good morning to people. How are you? They say, oh, I'm good. And then you say, oh, I'm good. They say it back, how are you? Oh, I'm good as well. Simple. And then you can just walk around, just greeting people. This is so fucking easy, but I'm telling you, this does so much for you. You say good morning to someone. You're no longer scared to have interactions with people. And eventually you're going to build up the courage to give someone a compliment and start a conversation. Okay, so confidence equals competence. The better you are at something, the more confidence you're going to have in it. So I know you're scared. I know you're not confident to have conversations, but you need to slowly build it up by saying as much good mornings as possible. Alright, you walk into the doctor's office. There's a little receptionist. Hey, good morning, how are you? So fucking simple. It is so simple. But the more you do this, the more comfortable you're going to feel interacting with people. And all of a sudden, you're going to start a conversation. And now, since I gave you the full conversation framework, that's going to make your conversations amazing. You're going to be a fucking charismatic Chad. Alright? So, confidence equals competence. Introverts, they're scared of starting conversations. I was scared, but I'm telling you, the more you say good morning, the more you interact with people, the better you're going to get at it, and the more confident you're going to be in conversation. Alright? Now, lastly, number 3. The last thing you need to know when it comes to transitioning from a shy introvert to a social person, to a fucking social Chad, the last thing you need to understand is that a lot of times, you're going to be too serious. You're listening to what I'm saying, and maybe you built up the confidence. Maybe you said good morning to a whole bunch of people. You built up the confidence to have conversation. Here's something you need to understand. When you're talking to people in conversations, you can't be super serious. And that's a big problem that I used to have. It's a big problem that you probably have when you're starting a conversation with someone. You want them to like you so much. You want to have a good conversation so badly. You're so desperate for it that it comes across as needy, and you develop something that I call the homeless guy complex. The homeless guy complex is where you're walking up to people and you project this needy energy that you need to build friendships with people. You need to have good conversations. Needy energy is the absolute most revolting energy that you could possibly express to people around you. The homeless guy complex will not get you laid. It will not build any connections. It will not get you any friends. Alright? How do you combat this? Well, when you're going to conversations, you need to have an abundance mindset, first off. Because think about this. Homeless people, do they have an abundance mindset? Do they think that tomorrow they'll get a meal? No. Homeless people, they need that meal today. You can't go about this when it comes to conversations. And socializing. What you need to do is you need to have an abundance mindset. So you're talking to someone, and let's say, you give them a compliment, you're starting a conversation. You can't go into it with the energy that I need to make this work. You need to go into the conversation with the mindset that there's plenty of people to talk to. There's no issue with that. If this guy doesn't want to talk or we have a bad interaction, no problem. There's plenty of other people to talk to. This is slowly going to make you less needy. You're not going to express that energy anymore, because that energy is going to make people not want to talk to you. I used to have that same energy when I was talking to people. I was like, I need to have a good conversation now. So I would say stuff. Since I'm a master communicator, I would say stuff fast. I'll say stuff high energy. That was a mistake, because like I said, you have to match their energy. But I would come across with this needy energy because I was trying too hard. I was trying to impress people. No. If anything, you should have the opposite mindset, that this person should be trying to impress me. But I'll get talking about that later, but probably in another video. I have so much things to teach. But I would try to have a good conversation so badly that it would come across as needy, and I had the homeless guy complex. As soon as I went into conversations with the abundance mindset, thinking that I don't need this guy to like me, I don't need this guy to be my friend, I don't need to be socially accepted by this group of people. There's plenty of people to talk to, plenty of people to interact with. As soon as I did that, all of a sudden, the homeless guy complex disappeared. I wasn't as serious in conversation, and people were much more receptive towards me when I talked to them. Another thing, when you're in conversation, you want to come into the interaction that you're going to give this person. That's another thing with compliments. When you give a compliment, it's as if you're giving to them. And what this does is it builds reciprocity. I remember I was in class, and there's this guy named, do I say his real name? I must call him James. I'm gonna call him James, right? I'm pretty sure I've named someone else James, but I'll call him James. I'm in class, sitting on my laptop. I see this guy, he's wearing a watch. I like watches, right? So I see this guy, he's sitting behind me. I want to know this guy. I really genuinely like this guy. I just want to make a connection, have a conversation, blah, blah, blah. So I look over to him like, yo, Mike. I said his real name. Of course I did. Whatever. Yo, Mike. I like your watch. He was like, yeah, thank you. Acted nonchalant. He acted like he didn't care. However, it was this watch in particular. I was in class a few weeks later. I was sitting typing on my keyboard, doing work and shit. He walked over. He went up. He went to go talk to some people. He walked back over to his seat, which is right next to me. He was like, oh shit. What's this watch, dude? This is a nice watch. Oh damn, what brand is it? He gave me a compliment back. That proves that giving compliments builds reciprocity. If you do something for someone, they want to do something back for you. And that's exactly how millionaires network with one another. They do something for another person, and they ask for something little back. Compliments can do that same thing. You want to build this philosophy, this law of reciprocity. You want to build that philosophy into your interactions. You give people compliments, they give something back. It's the same thing. You want to go into interactions in which You come in with the mindset that I'm going to give to this person. I'm not going to take anything. I'm going to give. Because when you give something to another person, they automatically want to give to you back. It's a human tendency. This is a deep-rooted human tendency that's unfailable. This shit always works. So this is a foundation, the Hare Krishna Foundation. It's like this Hindu group. They need fundraising. So what they did was they would go to airports and like different places, busy streets, malls. They would have these roses or books, and they would give people a free rose or a book. And what that would do was that would build reciprocity. So they would give people a free rose, completely free. You can have it, go on with your day, have a nice day. But then, right after they gave the free rose or the free book, they asked for a donation back. If you could donate to us, we'd really appreciate it. But after you give them the rose, so here's a free rose, have a nice day. If you could donate to our foundation and we need it for blah, 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 we'd appreciate it, but it's not required. Since the law of reciprocity is a deep human-rooted desire, almost everyone gave $1 back. And what happened was, they would give these roses and people would keep on giving back money, and they became one of the most successful foundations to do fundraising ever. Probably one of the most successful fundraising operations ever conducted in human history. The Hare Krishna Foundation. You can look this up. The fucking dudes were on the airport saying, yo, watch out for these guys. You don't need to give them money. They might give you a rose. Blah, blah, blah. They had the fucking airport announcements going off. That's how successful this foundation was because of the law of reciprocity. Absolutely every single interaction you go into, you need to come in with the mindset that I'm gonna give, I'm not gonna take. And this completely removes the homeless guy complex. It's gonna make people much more receptive to you. It's gonna make your transformation from introvert to extrovert seamless. Now, if you want to learn more tips, life-changing advice. If you want to learn fucking life-changing advice that's going to make you a master communicator, that's going to make you much smoother socially, that's going to make you a fucking social Chad moving in and out between friend groups and never being lonely again. If you want to learn all that shit, I'm going to teach you it in the Communication Lab. Communication Lab, that's the link in the description. I have all my fucking beautiful philosophy. All my fucking secrets are all in the Communication Lab. It's absolutely life-changing. Join today, especially if you're an introvert. If you're an introvert now, you join by the end. I can't say you're gonna be an extrovert because of legal reasons, but you know what I mean. You're an introvert now, you join, by the end of it, you're gonna have no problem talking to people. Probably. Right? So join the Communication Lab. That's pretty much all you need, frankly. All you need to know to go from an introvert to an extrovert. But there's going to be a lot of learning to do, right? I have more things to teach you in the Communication Lab. If you want a full system, if you want absolutely everything, it's all in the Communication Lab. It's fucking years of lessons of talking to people and shit. If you want to learn, it's in there. But yeah, other than that, yeah, I'll taught you a lot of shit right now. This very, very valuable stuff I just taught you. I don't know how long this video is, man. I got a birthday party to go to, so I'm about to go there. Yeah. I don't have a closing statement. Pretty nonchalant. I'm a nonchalant guy. Whatever. I don't feel like doing a proper outro, honestly. I'm tired. It's a long video, but if you want to join the Communication Lab and change your life and become a master communicator, fix your social life, and become a people person, you can join that. But other than that, if you like this video, you can so stupid. Like the video, deadass. Like, if you don't like the video, then how is YouTube gonna show my videos to the right people? Like the video. If you liked it, but, I'll see you.